Tube lights, I love them, and it's not just because they are shaped like a you know what, but I like them because they're battery powered, they're portable, so you can throw them into any scene. So believe you me, when I received these Zhiyun C100 Cinepeers, I was very excited to test them out. So first I needed a subject. Cue this dude. This is my dad. And unfortunately for him, he would do anything for me. So I decided to waste his precious time by filming 3 scenes for no other reason than to test these bad boys out. Thank you, Dad. For scene 1, I decided I wanted to create a grungy feeling of a dirty, messy garage where a guy's fixing his bike. So I set the one tube to 2700, bounced it off the floor to give it like a nice warm key light. And then I set the other tube to 6500. I attached it to the roof with a super clamp, very handy. I set my camera's white balance to 4000. Luckily, these tubes come with barn doors and a grid to contain the spill. That way I could control the light so it didn't hit the background as much, just giving a little separation from the foreground. I also used the Zhiyun ZY Vega app to control the lights remotely, and that is very helpful when one of your lights is attached to the roof. Believe me. The second scene was my dad sitting by the fire. Well, fire. I set this tube to candle mode, which is around 2700 Kelvin. I put a softbox over it, and that gave like a nice key fill of a fire rustling over my dad's face. I think it was around about 30%, so it wasn't as bright. I then took the second tube, bounced it into the wall at a cooler temperature of 6500 to give a nice cold color contrast fill to the image. Now this doesn't look realistic, but maybe if you're shooting a stylized commercial, maybe it could work. I don't know. I'm not a professional. What I should have done is set it to 3200 to match the key light better. And the last final scene, I could feel my dad's love for me dwindling, so instead of him shooting the horror scene that I planned, I decided I would let him watch a bit of telly. For this scene, I put the one tube on TV mode, which is around 5500 Kelvin. I then put the second tube on 3200 and I bounced it into the roof to give a nice warm ambient fill to the room, just to bring up the shadows a bit. Now you can push this more and I'll show you what that looks like. It doesn't look bad. I actually like that look. I just thought for this one, I'd rather set the tube to 20%. And because these tubes have 100 watts of power, I mean, you can use them as ambience all day long. They just pump power. Now, who are these tubes for? Well, if you are starting out in cinematography, then I think these are a game changer for you because it's full RGB, it has barn doors so you can control the spill, it comes with a grid if you get the combo, you get to experiment and play around. I think these paired with a hard source light like a 300 or 500, 600 COB light, like I use the Zhiyun B500 Molus. I don't need many more lights than that. But that is, I am working on smaller scale productions. But maybe you work on bigger sets and you need something with a little bit better battery life, because these at full max power last, I think 54 minutes it said, and I found that to be true. I will be taking these bad boys on all my shoots from now on. So yeah, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and go make mistakes. Not sexually. Cheers.